I wanted to be different, but I learned that you don't always have to be different, and it's okay to be a follower sometimes. But I learned that me being a follower to my family helped me develop as a person, because it helped me learn new things from different people, meet new connections, and just learn stuff that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't play baseball.
You have aspirations to go to the league?
I do, but I also understand that's under a 1% chance, so I'm not going to be upset if I don't.
I mean, people believe what they want to believe.
You believe in yourself?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Clap it up for the homie.
What setbacks has happened to you in your life that affected the way that you do things today?
That's a good question. Let's start with that. So the question was, you heard him right? What setbacks in your life has affected how you move through life today?
I would say just the people around me, because I feel like a lot of people has like things to say, and I feel like a lot of people like discouraged me for like with basketball and stuff, and like maybe how I look and my weight, so like it kind of like messed with me a little bit.
Okay. So your self-confidence, you feel like, was rattled by outside noise. Okay. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. I mean, that happens. It's not something that you want to, obviously try to gain control over that, and, you take power over your self-image. I'll tell you something. I'll share something that happened to me when I was like 20-something years old, had an R6, sport bike. I was out there getting after it, got hit by a car, ran over, medevac. My right arm got damaged, basically. So I went from, a big, strong guy, 200 pounds, down to 160 pounds. I felt terrible. You know what I mean? My self-image was shattered. So I had to rebuild myself into the person that you see today. And I realized in that it was all about accountability, Like, I couldn't let any outside noise change how I felt about myself, because there's always going to be that. There's always going to be people trying to break you down. For whatever reason, that's just the nature of people, There's people out there that want to lift you, and there's people out there that want to crush you. And that's just part of the game that we have to figure out how to work our way around that. So what do you think you can do moving forward to try to prevent yourself from being, affected by people that have negative things to say about you?
I would say find the right people to be around,
That's
the
a good
people that
answer.
like will lift me up, and just like work on yourself. Like I feel like recently I just been like to myself, practicing by myself for basketball and stuff, because I feel like when I'm not with nobody, I can like, practice on like what I need to do, everything. So like I feel like that helped me a lot, and like I get to think, and like it's not like noise in my ear or nothing.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I mean, isolation at points in time in your life is definitely needed, just to sit there and be still and be with your own thoughts. But, obviously, as what we're doing here, coming together as a group is what you really need long term, And what you said initially was the best thing that you said was find supportive people. And that's the most important thing in life, find supportive people. And you can do anything and be anything you want to be. That's a good answer, man. I like that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ready to go? All right, what's your name?
Marquise.
Marquise. Sean. Thanks for coming on the show, sir. It's a pleasure having you. How you been? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. How was your day?
Good.
Yeah. Where you coming from?
Football.
Okay. How was football?
Workout.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Well,
was good.
how's the team doing?
No, bad.
Yeah.
0-4.
Oof. Oof. It happens. I was on the team one time. We went 0-10. We got whooped. It made me never want to play again. But I can't. Yeah, it's rough, right? Just getting out there. Are you guys getting stomped out there? Is it competitive, or are you just getting dogged?
Competitive.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. What position do you play?
I'm on the line.
Online? Okay. Well, guard?
No, I'm tackle.
Oh, okay. Let's put a guess out there. All right, so the question here from the fellas is, what fears do you have?
Going up in front of people.
Yeah? Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about getting up in front of people that scares you?
It's like shy.
Shy? I have a little bit of that too. I believe, some people eventually they get over this, but I believe that most people, one of the biggest fears in the life of human beings is standing in front of a crowd. Like, everyone shares that in common because, we all have these insecurities in us. It don't matter who it is, from anyone you know. Like I said earlier, everyone's all scared and we're all trying to work through these fears. So it's natural to feel that way, like you don't feel a way about feeling that way. You only feel a way about feeling that way forever. You know what I mean? You want to try to conquer that fear. And I feel like you're conquering that by coming up here right now. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Good.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Yeah, you look a little nervous. You doing all right though. I appreciate you for coming out, man. You good?
Yeah.
All right, man. Next person up.
I ain't gonna
What's your
lie.
name?
Ashton.
Ashton.
Yeah.
Ashton. Okay. All right, we got my man Ashton here. How you feeling today, Ashton?
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fit. You got a little. You working on a little outfit there. I see you.
I woke up at like 8,
Okay.
and I was already late, so I had to leave.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Did you end up making it on time?
I was already late.
Yeah. You wake up late every day?
Nah.
No. How you feel about getting up late?
I get extra hours of sleep, so I'll be chilling. But like, my mom be mad.
What time you go to bed at night?
Last night, like 12.
What time you get up? Oh, so you get like 7, 8 hours of sleep? Not
I'll be
bad.
waking up at 6.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, bud. I appreciate you coming up here and being vulnerable. But we got a real tough question here for you coming this time. So my man here. Oh, it was him actually. We want to know, what's your deepest insecurity? Is that the question? What's your deepest insecurity? What do you feel most insecure about?
I'll probably say my height, cause I'm kind of short.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you're still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah? So insecure about your height. What makes you feel insecure about your height? Is it people or is it you?
Because everyone else is like so tall around me, and I'm just like short.
What grade are you in?
8th,
Oh, okay. How tall are you?
like 5'4", 5'5",
Okay. I think, how old are you?
13.
Oh, okay. You got plenty of time. I was 5'8" when I was 16, so you could hit a growth spurt. All right, I thought you were gonna go deeper in the bag of that. You're just insecure about being short.
It might acne a little bit, but it's starting to clear up, so I'm chilling about that.
I had that issue in school too. There was one time I remember this. We always remember the worst things that happened to us. I'm so far removed from this age, but I remember one time in class, some girl made fun of me for having acne. I just put my head down, and then, yeah, I never forgot it. So yeah, I understand how that feels, but that'll pass. I mean, I don't want to wave it off like it's no big deal because it's a big deal to you because it's happening to you right now. So I understand, but it will pass. And I imagine that, you're probably going to grow a little more. But if you don't, it's okay because some of the most successful people in life are short people. Kevin Hart, Spud Webb. You don't know who Spud Webb is, right? I know they know who Spud Webb is. Oh, you know who Spud Webb is? Oh, okay, that's what's up. Oh, okay, bet. That's
Me
what's up.
too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a bunch of short, successful people. And yeah, there you go. Okay, you guys know some people my age. Yeah, and that height obviously doesn't define you. If being short is something that bothers you, then you're doing very well. You got anything else? I feel like the crowd wants more from you. We want more.
Anything else? I'm chilling. Other than that, I'm
That's it?
chilling.
Okay, so you're doing good? Okay. Okay, well, we appreciate your vulnerability, sir. Thanks for coming out. Oh, hold on. Is this going to be personal? Let's just make a general question. Okay. Okay, I like that question. I can put in that again.
That is
What's your name?
Ibn.
Was it?
Ibn.
Ibn?
Ibn, yeah.
Okay, Ibn, nice to meet you, sir. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. Here at the Awaken Avoiding podcast with my man Ibn. Thank you, Ibn, for joining us today. How you been? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. How was your day?
It was okay.
Yeah. Okay. In what way? What made it just okay?
Like today's Columbus Day, so like I thought we wouldn't have to go to school, but we do.
Oh, okay. You want it off.
Yeah.
What's Columbus Day mean to you?
I don't even know. It's
It just mean a day off?
yeah.
Okay. I understand that. I remember feeling that way when I was in school too. I understand that. So the question, we want to know what is the driving force behind the things that you love to do? Like what drives you to do what you love to do?
Like,
Well, can I ask you a question? I apologize. Can I interrupt? What do you love to do?
well, I like playing basketball and playing my game.
Okay.
But like I do that. Like I used to want to be like a YouTuber when I was older, like a streamer when I was younger. But my parents like never bought me the stuff to do it. But I was starting to stream on my TV, and then I stopped because like I wasn't getting no views. Like it got to a point where like I had to buy like followers.
Oh, you did it. You did it. That's all right.
And like I started telling people like yo, I got my views up, I got my followers up, and they used to tell me to prove it. I would start streaming and still have 0 views, and they'd be like,
They found you out, huh? So you got caught pump faking, basically. Okay, yeah. See, that's a good life lesson there. You don't want to fake the funk. You definitely get caught. Even in this game of mine, that was an option for me in the beginning too. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought about it, because people tend to look at views. They think something is successful based on looking at that number. But once they see that number, there's gonna be things that need to come with that. And like you said, you couldn't back it up. If you can't back it up, people are gonna know right away. And whatever it is you're doing, they're no longer gonna be interested in. So the moral of the story is to be honest, with yourself, and with yourself mainly. But why didn't you continue? Why didn't you continue? Like, why did you stop? If that was something that you were interested in.
like my game was always lagging and stuff. Like I did this back when I had a PS4, so it was like years ago. So I was always lagging. My game was like frozen, and then my game would just turn off sometimes. And then for a year, my PS4 just like cut off, and I couldn't use it no more. So I had to wait the next year, and then next year a PS5 came out, so I just got that.
Okay. Okay. So you got derailed from. Was it a dream of yours, or so it was something that you loved doing?
Yeah, it was
Like,
a
if you could, I apologize for it. Go ahead.
it was a dream that like I told my parents about, and I don't think my dad didn't believe in me like until a couple years later when he found out how much money he could get from it. And my mom always stuck with it. She just didn't have like the money to support me, but my dad did. He just never bought the stuff for me.
Okay. Yeah, I understand how that can be hard. That's challenging. In life, there's many hurdles, on the way to achieving our dreams. Nothing's obviously ever going to be easy. And that thing about views, if I can share a story of mine as well, some of these, there's a formula. So when you see something, right, you might see it's like, say like 1 million views, one video, and you think, oh, bet, that's amazing. But that's at the highest performing people are performing that way. For myself personally, I have about 200,000 views or so, and this is just on one platform. And I got that just by chipping away, just by getting, the 500, the 1,000, the 2,000, 3,000, just chipping away at it. And it's the same thing, whether someone does one video and hits big with 1 million, or you got to do 100 videos, you just get, it's the same grind either way. As we get to the numbers, it doesn't matter how we get there, because it's just a numbers game. So I say, personally, if I had a love for something, I would get back out there and do it if I was you.
All right.
What do you think?
I think I should, but I've been starting to focus on like track more. So
Okay. All right. I appreciate you coming out and sharing, bro. Deep question, man. It's getting deeper. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
What's your name again?
Josh.
Josh. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure
Thanks
to
for
meet you
coming on.
too.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming out.
No problem.
Appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come here and join us here at the Awakened Avoidant. So, Josh, the question is, what is your biggest regret?
Probably being more accountable, I guess, because I regret not being accountable for like some situations. Like in school, like in middle school, I would like not take accountability. I would lie, and like it just wasn't a good look for me. So I regret not taking accountability for some things.
That's a good, honest answer. When did you first learn about accountability? Who taught you what accountability was at such a young age? How old are you?
14.
Okay, that's a very young age to even be thinking about accountability, to be honest. If I can put it on me, I wasn't trying to be accountable for anything at that age, so props to you for taking that step. That's a big step. Congratulations.
Thank
Who taught you about accountability?
GANAR Academy.
Okay, That's what's up. Shout out to GANAR Academy. What does accountability mean to you?
Like taking responsibility for your actions.
Okay. So what about moving forward? If accountability means what it means to you, which it sounds like it means a lot, what do you plan on doing? What's the plan for the future as far as being accountable goes? Like, what do you plan on doing?
Just like making sure that if I, do something wrong, I guess I just be accountable for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a simplistic way of putting it. I appreciate that. That's honest, though. And that's real for a 14-year-old kid to acknowledge that, man. Good for you. Thanks for coming out, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for
That's a
having
good
me.
answer. Let's go. Welcome back to Awakening Avoidant. Today we bring you another deposit on the journey towards generational health. Today I have here joining me Mr. Michael. What's your last name?
Noonan.
Okay, Michael Noonan.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you, Michael. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, sir. How you been? How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think about it?
It was definitely something that made me happy because we've been horrible.
What's the record?
Like 5-2.
Oh, okay. How'd they look though?
Way better.
Is the team that they were playing any good?
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Okay. That's what's up. Were they expected to win?
Most of them thought we were gonna win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. How did what's the quarterback?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. How'd he do?
He was killing it.
Yeah. What was the score of the game? Do you remember?
41-17.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When I saw it, I thought it was much closer than that.
It was
So they
close in
ended
the
up
first
smoking
half.
them. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what's up. Good for them. All right. Well, let's jump into it. So the question that we have for you today is, what was the purpose or reason behind you joining the GANAR Academy?
A lot of my friends were in it, and also mentoring, and I thought I needed it at that time because I feel like you always need mentoring and like you can always grow as a person.
Yeah, I like that. Was there anyone in your life that was motivating you, or was it all your choice?
My grandpa motivated me, but he sadly passed, so
Okay, sorry to hear that. How long ago was that?
it was like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So you feel like the driving force behind you being successful in this now is your grandfather?
Yeah.
Is he like someone that you think about?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Do you feel like you're living up to his and your expectations?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah? That's what's up. Trying in what way? Like, what do you do? What does effort look like to you?
Like, he didn't miss like a day in school at all.
Oh, really?
So I'm just trying to like keep putting in the work in school. So I feel like that'll like kind of boost it.
Yeah.
But still a lot to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like school's important personally?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, that's interesting. If you don't feel like it, it's okay, because I know when I was your age, I know I didn't feel like school was important. Like, I know it's something that you have to do, but no, I didn't think it was important. But you find out in life it is absolutely important. Even if you don't have any plans to continue your school afterwards, you still want to make sure that you do the absolute best that you can, just in case, so you have options and avenues. Like when I graduated, I didn't take, what's the big test people take to get into college? SATs. I didn't take the SATs, and because I didn't take the SATs, I had to go to a JUCO. So that was a problem for me. Do you play sports?
Yeah, I play basketball.
Oh, okay. So you know the importance of grades and needing to take the SATs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not wanting to settle for a JUCO. I mean, a lot of people went to JUCOs, like Cam Newton. He's a JUCO guy. I'm sure there's a few others, but it's definitely the road less traveled, and it's a longer, harder route. So, you know. And I don't know if JUCOs, I don't know if they give scholarship.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and scholarship is very important. You know, getting that free education, if you can, definitely. You know, so good for you. I'm glad that it's working out for you. I'm glad you're on it. And I'm glad that you have that awareness at this age, because like I was sharing with you guys before, I didn't have it. I really didn't. That's why I feel like it's important to come back and share with, you know, kids of your age, because trying to figure out which way to go when you're in it is a lot harder. It's easy for us looking out from the outside in because we've been there. You know, we traveled the road, so we can try to give you some advice on what to do. And, you know, you take heed if you want, you know, because everyone got to live their life. And the only way you figure it out is by trial. But, yeah, it's a lot, man. So just keep grinding, keep doing your thing, and it'll continue to work out. Thanks for sitting down with me, man. Appreciate you. You did well. Oh, yeah.
How do you represent GANAR Academy outside of this room?
Ooh, I like that question. You guys got some good questions. All right, man. What was your name?
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith. Nice to meet you, man. Sean
Nice to meet
Brackington.
Nice to meet
Thanks for coming and sitting down and joining us here at the Awaken Avoidant, where heal people heal people. That's just like a corny line that I say on the actual show. That's just, it's corny to kids, right?
you.
Yeah? That's all right. I appreciate it. So the question was, how do you represent GANAR Academy in your personal life outside of the academy?
I like try to get the word out because we're like a small academy, I guess. So I try to like get the word out. I try to do what we're taught in here. Like we got merch, so I wear that a lot. And yeah,
Anything else?
no,
That's all you got?
yeah.
I like that. Give him another question. We need another one. You can clap though. Clap for it. That was a good answer. Hey, one.
You think GANAR help you grow as a man?
I like that.
Yes, I think that it helped me become a better man. Cause like before I joined it, I was like, I don't know how to explain it, but I was a bad kid. But now, like, I'm better. And I pay attention more in class. I get my work done, get better grades. Yeah.
That part that you said you don't know how to explain. Pause for a minute. Think about it. What were you gonna say?
It's about to be a baby kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, I won't say that we all are, but it depends. Like, do you mind if I ask what your home life's like?
I have
Like,
a single mom.
Single mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just basically me, her, and my two other sisters.
Okay. So, again, I'm going to speak for me just to try to relate it to you because I don't know what your home life is like. I know that growing up that I had a lot of anger, but I didn't know it, you know? I imagine a lot of people, they go through life carrying anger and you don't know because you can't identify these emotions, you know, because you're just a child and you're living in it. So like trying to figure it out while you're in it and you just don't have the resource. You don't have anyone to talk to. And if you do have someone to talk to, you don't know how to communicate that feeling. So either way, you end up being angry because the absence of a father, that's a hard thing to deal with, you know? And being angry is justified. You know, you have a right to feel that way. It's just what you do with that anger. You know, you could channel that anger. Anger is, believe it or not, it's a good thing. It's just how you use it. You know, like anger, love. I won't say hate. That's not a good thing. But all emotions are good. You just have to, you know, channel them in the right way. Like if anger is something that's driving you, use that anger. You know, use that to be better, to excel in the sport that you play or whatever it is, but use it, you know, don't let it control you. And I figured that out much later in life, but, you know, going through it and now that you have like at least an idea or at least to know, like, has anyone ever told you that it's okay to be angry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you know that. Okay. So do you feel like you have been or were angry? You think that was a reason why you were a little bit
Yeah.
troubled? Okay, that's good. Well, it's good that you have that awareness, so at least you know why it's happening. Because the why, I think, is the most important part. If you can identify the why, then you can identify a plan, you know, moving forward. So, thanks for sharing that, man. That's a hard and honest thing to share in front of your peers. So I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Okay.
The question again was.
What does football do for you as a person?
Okay. What does football do for you on a personal level?
It's really just like, it used to really get my anger out because I just have a lot of built up anger. Like when I'm going through stuff, just like football makes me happy, I guess. And I can't really take it out on no one else. Anything, football is just the way out, I guess.
Yeah, that's good that you know that. When I was, again, relating it to me, I didn't know that as a kid. I didn't realize, I didn't know like what the passion or what the driving force was behind football. I was just playing just because, you know, it was available. But now I realize this is a harsh way to frame it, but it really is legal violence. You know what I mean? It's one of the most violent sports that you could play. It's legal. So if I were you, yeah, do exactly what you're doing, you know, within the rules. But yeah, you know, like if you got something that you're feeling, and you want to win that game, today is their day to feel that. And within the context of that sport, you're allowed to do that. You know, that is a good place to channel that energy. It will be the same thing as fighting, you know, like MMA or something like that. But that's good that you know that. What position? I wanted to ask you what happened. How'd you get injured?
I broke my pelvis. We were just playing basketball, and I was jogging back, and it just popped, and like it just stopped moving.
Your pelvis up here?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your foot or something. Dang, that's crazy. How's that feel?
Um, it hurt a little bit because like I just came back off the injury 2 years ago on the other side, and it was just like it hurt a lot.
Oh,
'Cause
so
like,
you injured your pelvis on the other side?
yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. Broken?
yeah,
I never heard of that injury before. Painful?
yeah.
That's interesting. And I'm guessing there's nothing they can do to fix a pelvis, right? Like they can't cast it or.
No, I just have to like wait and heal.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. I mean, I'm sure you know people tell you, but definitely, you want to take care of that and make sure that thing heals right because that sounds like a complicated spot to have a injury that could probably, sideline you for a long time. I think a guy here got a question.
I have a question for you. Knowing you like went through a lot of injuries, what did that like? How did that affect you like mentally and like physically?
That's a good question. How did your injuries affect you mentally and physically?
It like hurts a lot. Like when I broke my hip in the car, I shed a couple tears.
Yeah.
Like, cause football is my way of like getting out my anger. And without football, I just like stuck in the house, not able to do anything. It just building up and building up. And yeah, I just like don't know what to do.
Have you ever thought of another way to have you ever thought about finding, because to me that sounds like a good opportunity to find another way to channel that. Have you ever thought of any other?
Yeah, I try a lot of other stuff. Like I try to like maybe like think harder in some of my classes. Like think maybe what I would do in the next level. Stuff like architecture, doctor, stuff like that. If football doesn't work out for me,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, it's just like not the same love.
Yeah, I hear that. I can imagine that's hard, especially as like, were you naturally good at football? It would just come to you. See, that's interesting when you're naturally good at something. Do you work at it too?
Yeah, I started late. I started in 7th grade.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. Yeah, people that are naturally good at sports, we were talking about that with someone earlier. Sometimes those people, because you're born with a gift, it's just something that, is God given. Sometimes trying to work, it becomes a challenge, because you don't really know that you need to work or know how to do the work just because you were given to it. It'd be like being born good looking, like, like I don't know why all the chicks like him. He just got it, we don't know. And, those type of people, they move through life in a different way until that is taken from them. So my point is to not try to identify with any one thing. Like again, about me, a lot of my identity was wrapped up in sport and how I looked and things I did. And when those things were stripped of me, it was rough, really hard, a real hard road to, I would call it like the death of myself and a rebuilding, like a rebirth, basically, trying to find myself. So if that happened to you, even though it seems like a bad thing, obviously, you can channel a bad thing into a good thing. So, you might want to take the opportunity just to find, something else that you can do, something else that you have a passion for, maybe something that you're not good at. It might be a good idea. Like find that thing that you have interest in that you're not good at, that doesn't come natural to you, that's not easy, and try to, take that over. Because I imagine, if you're a talented athlete, you're probably good at many things. You may just not know it. And you probably have many other things that you're interested in. You just don't know it because football's right there, it's available to you, and it gives you something right now. So you might have to go outside and look for that. Anybody else? Thanks for answering that, though. Appreciate that. Anybody? Want to get a question? You good? We're going to skip that question. Thank you, though. We appreciate you. Only God knows. All right, man. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate you.
Yo,
How did you hear about GANAR Academy?
So I heard about it from a lot of my friends, school, basketball, outside of school, FaceTime, anything. They were talking about it, and I was curious to what it was because I like being involved in different things because it helps me grow as a person. So I was asking about it, and they told me that it was sessions about how to help you develop as a young man into a man. And I thought that would be able to help me mentally and grow up. So I was asking my friend about it, and he got me into it. And after I got back from vacation, started coming, and I've been coming to all of them ever since.
Yeah. Do you feel like it lived up to what you were hoping it was or what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it actually exceeded what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to tell me some things that I already knew, but it's teaching me new things that I've never even heard of and things that I don't think I would have learned in different types of ways to help me understand it on different types of levels.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, mentorship is very important. It's good that you recognize that, you know, and that you're willing and open to be mentored and listen to someone that, you know, may be able to help you. That's awesome.
Brady, you like baseball, right? So when you hear that call that you're getting like you're about to go to the what is it called again? MLB, right? What are you doing with your first meal, like your first like check you get for the MLB?
That's a good question. What are we doing with that first M, if and when you get to the big show? That's what they call it, right? The big show?
Yeah. I think I would try to help my family out because both of my parents, even with my parents separating at a young age, they've both tried to work together as much as they could to help me develop, and I couldn't be any more like thankful for that. I think it's something that not all humans are capable of doing, so I'm really grateful that they were able to do that for me. So I think I'll try to spend it on my family and give back to everybody who helped me succeed.
Yeah, that's awesome that you have the awareness of how complex and complicated the relationship is for two people that split up. For them to be able to come together and work together, you know, for your benefit, it shows that they love you. I wanted to ask you if you feel okay with sharing. If you don't, you can just say no, thank you. Your parents splitting up. How did you take that?
At first, I was around like 7 years old when it happened, so at first I thought it was hurtful to me, and they didn't really think how I was feeling, but I never really took the time to understand why it happened and how it could benefit from it happening. And as I grew up, different people were telling me different things. I noticed that it wasn't hurtful to me. It was kind of a learning experience, and I grew off of it because it wasn't bad for me. It helped, if anything, it was useful because found out some things that might be perfect at one point, like everything comes to an end. It's not all going to be perfect, no matter how long the time span.
Yeah, that's an amazing lesson to pull from a very harsh reality of life. So, good for you, man. You shocking me right now. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're gonna get me choked up, bro. What are we doing here? Someone give me another question.
Do you use any of like the stuff you learned in the program in your outside life?
The question was, do you use any of the stuff that you learned in the program in your outside life?
I do. Recently I've been being more mindful and aware about how other people can take things that I might interpret as a joke, but it could be very hurtful. Even something so small as just joking around with your friends, it could be hurtful and make them think differently of me. And I've been more aware of that, taking in like some people have different mindsets and not everything's okay to say in every scenario. You have to listen to your audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I maybe just learned that recently, so you're on the way. I think I honestly I feel a lot of I see leadership qualities in all of you, and I think personally, just from looking out, just from the 2 times I've been here, I'm certain that this is benefiting you all tremendously. Because as I said before, it's not a comparison, but if we were comparing, you're levels ahead of where I was at your age, you know, and I was going through similar things that you know, all went through. Single mom, don't really know my dad, 3 siblings, you know, the whole 9. Even though you're out in the suburbs, the same thing. Like, we all go through the same similar struggles. So I think being here is important. I think you guys, whether you chose it or not, you made the right decision. So appreciate it. Oh, there we go.
What made you like baseball?
Go with that question.
So ever since I was younger, I always looked up to my siblings and especially my dad because I've always been pretty close with my dad. He always helps me learn stuff, and he punishes me, but in a way that I can learn from it and understand why I'm being punished. So he played baseball his whole life, and he played a bunch of sports, but I always thought that baseball was the most exciting to me because most people, like all my sisters, they all played softball. My mom played softball. My mom played baseball. And I was kind of surrounded by it. So at a young age, I also didn't like it because of how much I was surrounded. I wanted to be different, but I learned that you don't always have to be different, and it's okay to be a follower sometimes. But I learned that me being a follower to my family helped me develop as a person because it helped me learn new things from different people, meet new connections, and just learn stuff that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't play baseball.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Do you have aspirations to go to the league?
I do, but I also understand that's under a 1% chance, so I'm not going to be upset if I don't. I'm going to be super grateful if I do, but if I don't, I already have things that I'm planning out to be because I know like not everything that you see in the movie happens in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that's a great answer. But somebody has to go, and that somebody could be you, and maybe should be you. I would just say, as far as sports go, when you're young, you don't realize that this body of yours, I don't know, like how much awareness, I mean, you have because you've several injuries now, but it's degenerating, Even though you're young, it only has a finite amount of time, So I would say to try to use it as much as you can, like use baseball as a useful tool. You know how people say like the game used me, I didn't use the game. Make sure you use the game, don't let the game use you. Like really think about what that means. It means to get as much as you can out of baseball. Don't let people get things out of you without you getting anything in return, because you're giving your body, you're giving your life, you're giving your time. So get something out of it, not just being good, not just the trophies, get a scholarship, get something, get some support, get a friend group, but get something from it. Like always think about that. Like I'm here to better myself, but I need something out of this. And, if you work towards that, I think in the end, no matter what happens, you'll feel good about that. Because as long as you make sure that the relationship that you have with the sport is reciprocal, it's give and take, you'll be good about it no matter how it ends. You won't end up like me, kind of bitter and salty that I didn't go to the league, and which is true. So thank you for sharing, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
What made you like basketball?
So the question is, when did you first develop your love for basketball?
Now that's actually a good question. I think when I was younger, like I don't know, like I feel like I didn't because like all like so like where I grew up, it's like always a park there. So like everybody's always playing basketball. So like I feel like I just seen like the older kids play, and I feel like I should be playing too. And then when I finally found out I was like taller than everybody, I used that as an advantage, and I started playing basketball for real. And so that like started getting better and better each day. And then,
How tall are you?
like 6'5",
Okay. How old are you?
17.
Okay. Do you come from a tall family?
Uh,
Do you know?
no, not really. I mean, my dad's like 6'3", but
Okay.
my mom's dad, I guess, was tall, but they died. I didn't get to meet them because they died like when my mom was like young, like real young. So
Okay.
like, yeah, I didn't.
So do you love basketball like in your heart, like the way you love a person, or is it just that you had access to basketball and you were exposed to basketball?
As
Do
a
you have
person,
a love for it?
yeah, I have a
Yeah.
love for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love basketball because like it's something I can do and get away from life and like like to be to myself
So
and
it's an
like
outlet.
yeah. So like let's say for example, something's going on in the house, like my mom's upset at me or something like that. I can just get a basketball and just go and shoot because I don't know. I feel like it. I don't know. Like I feel like it takes away all like the stress out of my head and everything.
I like that. It sounds like an escape, and it's a useful tool. That's
I don't mean to. This is just regular question. how has being taller and more advanced at like growing than everybody, like how has that made you feel? Like, does it make you feel left out, or do you like being the odd one out?
When did you embrace it?
Okay, that's a good question. So I'm kind of in the middle. So, well, first when I like found out I was like really taller, I feel like it was in 5th grade. I think 5th grade, and I found out because like usually like I wasn't like thinking about that 4th, 3rd grade, but then like in 5th grade people were like comparing heights and stuff, and I just found out I was just taller than everybody. So like, and then it just built up. And what did you say again?
How has being the odd one out?
Oh yeah. So I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle because it depends. It depends like what we're doing. So like let's say basketball. I like basketball. I feel like I have like more of an advantage than everybody, and I like that because like it's making me feel like I'm better than everybody. But it's like different things. Like let's just say running. Like I'm bigger than everybody, so like I'm gonna be the slowest. So it's like, dang, like I'm just like, so like it's hard, but like it goes both ways. It goes both ways. I feel like.
I get what you're saying. So when it's useful to you, you embrace it.
Right.
And when it's in the way, you don't. You run from it. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. I wouldn't even know how to feel any different about that, especially at this age. Like, but you know that the world, if they don't now, it's mainly because the emotions of people, like everyone around you at your age, everyone's really uncomfortable in their own skin, no matter what, big, tall, short, skinny, like everyone's trying to figure it out. So what they say about you is just a projection, about how they feel about themselves. But because you stick out, it's easy to hit you. You're just an easy target, and you're always going to be easy target forever. So you should embrace that now. Like, and later in life, when you go out, you're going to be the big dude that people are probably going to want to test, because you're the bigger guy. So that's something that you just have to, be comfortable with and know that that's their problem. You know what I mean? Like that's a gift. That's a gift.
Right,
You know what I mean? If I'm your size, I actually, I'm going to do the thing that everyone says. If I was your size, I'd be 360 windmill dunk, all that crazy stuff. I'd probably be doing none of that. But, everybody wants to be tall. Like it's not a bad thing. So embrace it. But I understand feeling like that now. I get it.
Yeah. Any more question?
That's honest. I appreciate
Come
you
on,
sharing,
Mike. I
man.
know you got a question, Mike.
I feel like he's having fun. You like digging into this a little bit, don't you? Help him out, man. Give him one more question. Dig deep. Think of a question that you'd want to ask yourself, even. Something that you think about daily.
You think like Mr. Gary being your dad and all, do you think you have like a higher standard to uphold in the program?
That's a good question. Your father being the program director, do you feel like you have a higher standard to uphold? He's the face of it?
Me personally, no, not really. Because, like, I feel like how everybody else feels, like, when they're in this room. So I feel like I'm, like, as equal as anybody else in this room. And I don't feel like I have, like, a higher chance of, like, answering questions or, like, I'm learning with them. So I feel like I just, like, learn with them as they go on.
I got you. But when you're out in the world, you don't feel like you're carrying a program on your back? That's not a thing for you?
I feel like, yes. I feel like...
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, I feel like I'm carrying the program on my back.
Okay, yeah.
But I carry the program how everybody else carries the program.
I got you.
So, like, we're like a big family.
I got you. Okay. So you feel like the responsibility of representing the program is placed equally on each person?
Yes.
You don't carry any more weight than anyone else?
No.
Okay, that's a good feeling because... Yeah, a lot of people, the shadow of the father can be troublesome for a lot of people trying to get out from under that. So it's good that you don't feel that way about it, because that's just one more thing for you to have to worry about that you shouldn't have to worry about. Minimize the things that you worry about, because you're a kid. Be a kid as long as you can be a kid. Because when you get to my age, it's gonna be real. Once some bills start coming.
Yeah.
Anybody? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to deal with bills.
What do you like best about the program?
What I like learning best about the program is that
I like learning about how to like carry myself, cause I don't want to like go around acting like a fool or somebody, like a clown.
Yeah.
Somebody that like acts, I'm not gonna say like weird or anything. Like I want to carry myself like right, so I don't like get a reputation of like
Being a goofy.
yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
being a good kid.
It's good that you all have that awareness about that, because again, it's very important. The perception, even though a lot of people, like I'm sure you walk around sometimes, you might be like, I don't care what he thinks, or I don't care what what she thinks, and that's a good mind state to have, as far as like you don't care about their opinion of you, especially if they're not someone that really matters. But as far as the perception, the way the world perceives you, you absolutely want to care about that, because there's going to be people hiring you. Someone that you don't know could be in a position that you need help from, and he could be
Yes.
standing right over there watching you, and you don't even know who he is. And you do that thing, and that's who you are. You know, that
Yeah.
first impression is going to be with you forever. It don't matter what you do after that. You're always going to be that. So to carry
Yeah.
yourself with, chest up, shoulders high, like a man, is very
Yes.
important at all times.
Yeah.
Be aware. Go ahead.
Got a question for you. Do you think with your dad being the figure that he is, he's harder on you than he is on other people that are related to this program?
Yes, I feel definitely like that. How he's harder on me than any other people, because I'm his son, so like he's gonna put it on. I feel like he's gonna put it on me the most, because I feel like since I can understand it the most, so where he's coming from, because I'm his son. So then I feel like I can carry myself the way he's carrying himself, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because
Yeah.
truly, if you were to look at the son, it can tell you who the father is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I feel that same way about my son, and he's this big. Like,
Yeah.
your son is a reflection of you. So
Yeah, that's what I
it's
was
not
trying to
like,
achieve.
yeah, you don't have to live in his shadow, but to uphold the standards, morals, and values that he set for you, of course,
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's regular. Like, you should be doing that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you think after your dad retires doing this, are you like, do you ever think about like following his footsteps? I don't know if that was the question, but
That's a good question. Is mentorship something that you see in your future?
Mentoring, like, I feel like I can see myself mentoring like this program, like this academy, but like other like mentoring stuff, like I don't know how he does it every day, picking up kids, getting food, spending his own money and like on the other kids. I don't see myself doing that at all, but he does it. So I feel like if he can do it, I probably couldn't do it too with this academy, and like keep like teaching like other kids, so it's like a thing that everybody's talking about. So where like in the future it could be like a sponsor to somebody, or like a really big successful company.
I got you. So you basically passing the torch. You pass the torch,
Yeah.
you take it and run with it. You'd like to do that to carry on the family name, or build a legacy attached with
Yeah.
mentorship. It's great. I
Yeah.
want that for you. I hope that works out for you. Actually, not hope. It can and will work out if you want it to work out.
Yeah.
It's just like anything else in life. You just have to dedicate yourself to it, and it's that. And
Yeah.
if you don't dedicate to yourself, it won't be that. And mentorship is one of the most needed things out here. Like, that's never going anywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you continue to pursue that.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's like one thing you're like saying that like stuck with you to like make you the person you are now?
I like that. In life or in here?
Like in life.
Okay.
In life,
Something in life that you heard that stuck with you that.
I went to this basketball camp, and it was like they were talking about, if you really want to do something, you gotta like make sacrifices to what you really want to do, and it like takes time, and you have to like wait. You gotta wait for certain stuff to happen, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah.
If you just wait for it, and it takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like cooking a good meal.
Yeah.
Nothing takes time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Gotta let that thing sit on the back burner and simmer.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, though, what you said, you remember something that sticks with you. So in life, I don't know if you guys realize this, but we all seek because of the way we are born, the way we come into this world connected to a person, so we're all seeking points of connection with other humans, and we're also all looking for points of rejection. You know, times where someone rejects you. It's like if you walk into the gas station and you order something, and the person at the counter is acting goofy with you, that's going to instantly turn you off because that's a point of rejection. You may not know it, but that's what's happening. So
Yes.
that's why we typically remember the most hurtful things anyone's ever said to us,
Yes.
and the most positive things. All the stuff in between typically is, inconsequential. But for the most part, most important things you remember are the things that someone said positive to you, and
Yes.
the things someone said negative to you.
Yes, that happened to me many times in my life.
Yeah,
where
we're all
people
like
said that, like, stuff like wasn't going to work out in like certain situations.
Yeah, you hang on to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know now, obviously, you got to let that go.
Yeah.
Discard that, because anything negative that anyone says, that's a projection of what they believe. What they believe from themselves and what they want to project onto you.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with you. That's theirs. They keep that. They hold that. Don't even let that touch you. Boom, bounce off you. Keep it moving. You don't even want to keep those people around you.
Nah.
Thanks for sharing, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Strawberry vinaigrette in my fridge. Made it from scratch, that's just what my life is. Picking